I know I've said it before, and I'll say it 1,000 more times, but the wisdom of a child can often be awe-inspiring. Hey everybody, it's Ed the Trainer, and we'll talk about that next, again, on this week's Tips on Tuesday. You know, perspective is truly, truly powerful. And a few weekends ago, we were fortunate enough to spend nearly an entire afternoon at our neighborhood swim club. And during adult swim, my youngest asked if I would walk with him over to the swing set because we have to do something with the 10 minutes that we're not able to be in the pool, right? So we walked and we talked, mostly him doing the talking, and I just listened. And he'll go on non-stop. The only battery really that he needs is someone's undivided attention. And at 4 years old, he's very proud to be able to say, I can do it all by myself. And on this walk in particular, he wanted to make sure that I understood that the swing was now also a part of that same category. As he climbed onto the big swing, as he calls it, he explained to me over and over again that he doesn't need me to push to help him get started. And he wiggled in, and he leaned forward and leaned back, kicked his legs, and grunted a few times. And finally, he began to move, just barely. And I stepped over and asked if he needed a push. But now more than ever, he looked at me with this glare of determination. He said, "No, Dad, no!" And I knew the answer was coming. It was written all over his face the entire time he worked to get himself going a little bit. And he was not going to let me stop him. So I didn't. I stepped back, I gave him some room, and with every leg kick and each shift in the swing, he climbed a little higher and a little higher. And the whole time he worked to get himself going, he was explaining to me that he no longer needed to get a push like a lot of his friends because he says, "Dad, I'm so strong now. I can get this thing going as high as I want all by myself." And then he hits me with this pearl. The best part of the entire conversation, in my opinion. He says, "Do you know that getting started, Dad, is the hardest part? But once I get going, it's really easy. All I've got to do is kick my legs a little bit, and I keep going as high as I want, as fast as I want." Wow. What if I hadn't exercised the patience to let him do it on his own? And what if he had never learned the patience to keep trying to get better and better? You know, from his 4-year-old perspective, this is a major life milestone. But it's also a concept that never changes for any of us, really at any age. Think about it. How many of us have the patience to do the work to get something started? How many of us are willing to do the work needed to build any momentum whatsoever? From your perspective, your own perspective, think about any of the troubles that you're struggling with right now, or the heights that you'd like to achieve if you're not experiencing any troubles. And ask, what are you doing? Are you sitting still on that proverbial swing, hoping that somebody's going to come along and just give you a big, big push? Or forget about the big push. It seems today, most people want to just jump on a moving swing, right? A swing that's already moving on its own and just hang on for the ride. But predictably, when the swing slows and stops from a lack of any effort, the resulting inertia must be the swing's fault, right? Of course not. Because we all know that anything and everything worthwhile takes hard work, right? Right? I mean, we realize that no matter how solid or foolproof the plan, we've still got to work it, don't we? And just like my son's example, when we pour our efforts in early, and we power on and we pump our legs to start the swing, and we lean way, way back to build up speed in that backswing, and we really start working to catch that rhythm, as my son said, you can go as high as you want. And when you've built some momentum, well, that's the point that the ride can get really, really fun. And the only push that you need, well, that push comes from a decision to make a commitment to yourself. Thanks for spending a couple of minutes with me today, everybody. I really, really appreciate your time. I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you soon.